gotta figure that out. Should have got a thingy bobopper. That's all good. Hello, hello.
Let's go other. Actually, that's.
You change it from gaming, select game.
That's what I'm trying to do is change it. I'm just gonna go live because I don't know. I don't see an option. Yeah, this is all this.
It's just gaming stuff. Yeah. Do you have to pick one, or can you just...
I can just go other. Hello everybody. We're testing out for, this is the pilot episode for the podcast, which is Crazy Heroes House of Horror. Let us know if you could, how well you could hear it. And we will start it up. We're just working out the kinks.
You muted the TV, right?
Yes.
Where? Is that better?
Yep.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear us okay?
Can you hear us?
Welcome in, Crazy. Yeah, you can hear us, yay!
Okay, so we decided we're going to talk about our favorite horror movie, our how we got into horror, and some like experiences with horror movie stuff.
Or just horror in general. Like our favorite horror experience.
I think I'm going to say favorite horror movies to the end.
Favorite horror movies to the end?
Yes.
Okay, horror movie, how I got into it would have been, my parents would always take me to, like, my babysitters, and how she had her movie selection set up was all the horror movies were down at the bottom, and all the Disney movies were towards the top of the shelf. I don't know why they had them like that. And I actually got to, I think the first horror movie I watched was Child's Play. I remember the cover. It was Child's Play, I think it was 2, where Chucky is using the scissors on the Jack in the Box.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's the second one, yes.
The second one. That was my very first movie I ever watched. And that cover haunted me as a kid. And that's how I just got into horror, was my babysitter.
Mine was different.
Yours was different?
Yeah. I'll go into how I first saw horror movies and then how I got into horror films. Because mine's different. How I first got into horror films is horror movies were always watched in my house, even when I was a little kid. So the first thing I remember doing was walking down the hallway and seeing A Nightmare on Elm Street when I was like 4 years old. And seeing Freddy run down the road.
Oh, with his arms wide across?
Yes. How I got into horror movies, me, myself, is I was watching TNT back in the day. And I just got done watching WCW wrestling. And I saw a commercial for Monster Vision. So I stayed up and I watched Monster Vision, which they used to play 3 to 4 horror movies in a row. They were edited, but there were 3 to 4 horror movies. And one of the ones I saw on there is one I still watch to this day.
What's that?
I think it's called Horror. I think it's called Horror High. It has like 5 different titles depending what country you're in. So where that kid is bullied and picked on, and he comes back after the high school's already been shut down, and all the people, and he's wearing a jester mask.
I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, that's how I got into it, and then I was just hooked. So anytime horror movies were on TV, I would record them so I could watch them later. So sometimes my parents didn't know what I was recording, so that's how I watched Hellraiser 2. That's how I watched Jaws,
stuff that you shouldn't have been
Ghoulies.
watching at the age you were.
Yeah, I started, and also we watched Tales from the Crypt, like every Saturday night. Every Saturday night.
Shaving the beard would be horror.
It would. The beard is my friend. So that's how I got into horror movies, and then I rented them all the time.
I wish I was able to rent movies. That wasn't a thing. I really got into it when Netflix hit. And I know that was later 2000 or early 2000s.
It was early 2000s.
But I mean, like I said, my babysitter, we watched Monster Fest. I specifically remember watching Jack Frost and getting my nails painted for the first time, and the snowman scaring the utterly crap out of me. I think I was like 5, and that snowman was terrifying because it was the part in the movie where he went into the lady's house and like she died in like the Christmas tree situation.
Hey, Toasty Maid.
What's up, Toasty?
We're doing the pilot episode for our horror podcast. So experiences like that with me would be, my parents would always rent horror movies and always told us you can watch them, but you can't sleep with the light on, you can't sleep with your door open, and you can't sleep in our room. So I vividly remember, I don't know why my parents thought this was a great idea. I was about 5 or 6, and they rented Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D, and every time you rented it, they gave you glasses.
You watched it in 3D?
So we all watched it in 3D, and all of us kids were under 10. We were all under 10 years old, and we watched Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D, and I was scared but not scared because part of it seemed kind of, I guess, comical a little bit.
Right.
A little bit comical. The one that's the instance that scared me was my dad told my mom we were going to see Little Giants, which was a football movie.
Didn't happen.
So when we got to the theater, my dad bought tickets to Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and we watched a very intense Freddy Krueger movie that I would possibly say is scarier than any of the other ones in the series. That one's more intense.
The first one for me, I'm going to debate a little bit. The first Nightmare was scary, right? And then they went all like jokey. Still had scary moments, but a lot of it was like
it was
jokes. New Nightmare brought it back to being horror, even more so than the first one. So I do agree with you. I would just wanted to add to it.
I think Freddy looks scarier in New Nightmare. Like a lot scarier.
The cat tickled my toes.
And then for like horror experiences that I never thought would happen was when I started going to horror conventions. And two of my favorite horror like icon people of all time is Pinhead and Jason. And within the span of doing all the conventions, I have met almost everybody that has played Jason that's alive, because I missed out on Ted White, except for one I haven't, and that's the one for part 2. But I met Kane Hodder, which was great, and I was nervous meeting Doug Bradley. Doug's was not, it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but it's still being able to meet Pinhead and be one-on-one with him was really, really good compared to sometimes when you go to these conventions you'll have really bad experiences. Mm-hmm. And I have. I've had bad experiences with people that I thought it would be more intense, fun, happy, and it turned out not to be very happy. But sometimes you meet horror icons and they're cool, and sometimes they act nothing like you expect.
Yeah. My favorite person I've met, I have a couple, but my favorite like experience of meeting somebody was Bill Moseley. Bill Moseley, he played Otis in The House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. He played
Evil Ash in All Around the Darkness and Chop Top.
Yeah. And then like even behind us on this side it's right there. Lords of Salem. He played in Lords of Salem.
He was also in the Halloween remake.
Yep. He was so nice, guys. So if you guys get the chance to meet him, I would definitely recommend it. He did not rush you. We went back several times just to chat with him.
And he gave us free swag.
He gave us free swag and even free autographs. He was the sweetest.
Well, I think it's also because I was talking to him about his entire film catalog and not just I Saw You in Devil's Rejects.
Right.
I knew he was in so many movies when he wasn't recognized. A disappointing one would be the chick from Night of the Demons that I paid $70 for, like in the full get up, and it just wasn't.
There wasn't a lot of communication. It was like money, transactional.
Picture, goodbye.
Picture, no talking. My second favorite person would be the mom from Pet Sematary. That would be my second favorite. She took the time to like sit down and talk to me. I was such a giddy little girl, just standing there like staring at her. Because that's one of my favorite movies is of the Stephen King franchise is Pet Sematary.
It is. I will say that.
My third experience would be Doug Bradley, and not necessarily even meeting him. There was a situation, I can't go into detail on TikTok about it, so maybe it'll be like a discussion that we just do on Twitch.
Or we can make a short video about it.
Yeah, or something like that. But I made Pinhead, Doug Bradley, blush like 53 shades of red at his panel that he was talking. I won't go, like I said, in complete detail because I can't really do that on TikTok. So, but yeah, that was I would say number 3. Not quite number 1, but it was one of my best experiences within the horror adventure that I've been on.
I think Jonathan Bragg would be up there.
Yeah?
The Creeper.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He was very good, and it was unexpected because I didn't know I was even gonna get his autograph or talk to him. I think his was really good. Daniel Harris could have been better because I had worked myself up for years of wanting to meet.
I could have done it. Oh, it's dying? That's the battery, or is that the...
That's the battery.
Okay, well. Anywho, what, John, you said Danielle Harris?
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the battery. The thing.
He's gonna grab the charger. I'm gonna scoot over then. What's up, Hound Dog Skillets?
Get it around.
You could have asked me to grab it.
Well, we have to grab it and then I gotta figure out where to plug it in at.
Okay. Anyway, so my favorite... Let me think. I'll give you guys a little hint of what my favorite horror movie is. Or I guess you guys can't see. I really like hands down, my favorite all time, I can never live without this movie ever, is Michael Myers. Like Halloween, I cannot live without. He is my guy. I don't know what it is about him, but I've watched every single one of the Halloween movies. I could rewatch the first one 1,000,000 times and never get sick of it. Halloween 2 is kind of blah for me. I don't know why. It's just weird. Halloween 2. Halloween 3 has nothing really to do with Michael. But Halloween 4, it brought it back to the original, I think. It was like a spitting image of the original. You did it. Go, Link. It brought it back to even darker than the original. 4? I think 4 was darker than the original. What do you think? Because it was no longer a teenager he was going after, it was a kid.
It's just because of the subject matter you find it darker?
I think so. Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. Rockin' everywhere. But, yes, Halloween is my favorite movie, hands down. Favorite franchise, favorite everything. Nothing can top it in my eyes. I have a tattoo of Michael on my shoulder. I'm in love with those movies. Do you need help? The laptop's dying. He doesn't want to lose you guys. Do you need me to lift it up?
It's always hard to get this one.
Yeah, we'll pick you guys up in a minute. You guys get to say hi to the cat. I don't know. Do you need my
There
help?
it is.
The cat. Okay. Sit down.
That's kind of creepy.
Sit down. It's the kitty cat. Can you please push it back? Please and thank you. How is it now? You ruined it. I told you to grab that stuff beforehand.
It looks a little off center.
Yeah. Please hold.
That's good. It's because you can like tilt it and stuff.
Booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
Heard you talk about Halloween.
Yeah, it's my favorite movie. My favorite franchise. While you were gone grabbing everything, I wanted to talk about it. I love the guy in the white mask. And not to get it confused with the hockey mask.
I don't think people get them confused.
Yes, they do. They always say, swap the names.
I don't know if I could say one.
You keep saying that.
It's because it depends on what type of horror movie. Like, what genre is what I go for.
I don't think so. I think he's lying. He just doesn't want to say his actual favorite.
I think my actual favorite then would probably be Hellraiser 2.
Hellraiser?
The second one.
Hellraiser 2!
Because I think that the second one's a very, very good movie. Favorite franchise would be Friday the 13th, like hands down. Because I think the Friday the 13th franchise has less movies that are crap. I think the only ones I don't like in the series, and this is the first one's going to be sacrilegious to people, is the very first movie. Not because Jason's not in it, but it is very, very slow paced, and it's not really about the kills. It's more like a murder mystery is basically what it is. The rest of the series, you know, Jason's the one going to town doing what Jason do. And I used to hate 5, but I don't anymore. I kind of find it quirky.
Huh?
The one where it's like a mental hospital in the middle of the woods.
Where it's the fake Jason?
Yeah. The fat kid's dad that ran away when he was born gets upset because his dad got hacked up, because the kid got hacked up over a candy bar.
I mean, that would make me mad.
And that's the whole premise of the movie.
Yeah, the guy, he had mental problems, but he really liked chocolate, and he was trying to befriend people by giving them chocolate, and nobody would take it, and then this one dude, like, lost his marbles.
Vic?
Yeah. And chopped up the kid. It was pretty intense. And then, of course, his dad came to basically scrape up his son. Pretty
And
gnarly.
the only way you know which Jason is what in what scenes is fake Jason has blue lines on the hockey mask, and real Jason that you see like in flashbacks and inside Tommy's head has red marks on the hockey
But
mask.
Jason isn't really in that movie.
No, he's 6 feet under.
Spoiler alert. Jason's not really in 5.
And Freddy vs. Jason, which is this horrible movie. Horrible. Atrocious. You can't even call it a Jason movie.
Welcome in, everybody.
They basically took the storyline from Nightmare 3, redid it, and that's Freddy vs. Jason. Because they use Hypnocell in Nightmare 3, they use Hypnocell in Freddy vs. Jason, and it just doesn't really feel like a Jason movie.
I could get that.
Yeah, Freddy's doing all this comical crap
I could get that.
in that one.
I've only seen it like one time.
That's because
So,
I refuse to watch it. It's My Halloween Ends.
we don't talk about it.
That's like a whole episode right there.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Don't make me angry. Please.
There's certain movies that I view in different categories. Like, my favorite vampire movie is 1931's Dracula. Nothing I have ever seen will ever top Dracula. With Bela Lugosi, it's picture perfect.
Yeah. The creatures of the night.
He did such a good job that people are still copying the way he plays Dracula like 60, 70 years later. Almost 100 years later. It's getting close to the 100-year anniversary of that movie.
Right. We definitely just wanted to come on here. I know that we haven't streamlined the other channel, so definitely on TikTok we listed it on the page. That is the other channel that we are going to start. We just can't stream on there yet because we don't have enough followers. This is going to be a Sunday ritual, I guess. Saturday ritual.
Every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time.
We're going to be doing a podcast talking about experiences at horror conventions, our experiencing watching horror movies, possibly watching horror movies with you guys, doing a watch along. You know.
We can go over the horror toy lines.
Yep, toy lines. We do collect a lot of horror stuff, as you can see behind us. Maybe horror movies up and coming.
I did like Jason X. I saw it day one in theaters. I saw it in 2001.
What is that? What's the funny line? This sucks or something, and she gets sucked
yes.
through the thing. Was it that?
No, she says this blows.
Something
she says
that
this,
core.
She says this sucks, and she gets sucked through a hole in the ship.
Yeah. I did like Jason X. Is it in the top Jason movies? I would say no. I would say the remake topped almost all of the Jason movies.
The remake is better than anything else they ever put out. The Cairo.
Yeah, I definitely can see that.
Once you get past that, though, if you're looking for a straight up, intense Jason movie, so if you really think about it, before Jason X, the last real Jason movie we got was in 1989 with Jason Takes Manhattan. It was because Jason Goes to Hell.
That's true.
It's this weird.
That's true. The gore aspect.
The gore was great. Jason X has one of my top 10 favorite kills in the series.
Story-wise, I do understand what you're saying.
Also, continuity-wise, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But definitely, story-wise, continuity-wise, all that, I do understand what you're saying, where it's just, they threw a dart at a dartboard and was like, space! Let's go space!
I do like the nitrogen scene.
Yeah.
Where he freezes the chick's face and then she smashes
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying, Toasty.
It was so dumb but could have been worse. See, Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah. Because for me, like you've said in the past, it is straight up a Freddy movie and Jason's an afterthought.
There is one scene, only one scene in the entire movie that is a Jason scene. The only scene in the entire movie that makes me think of Friday the 13th is when he goes into the cornfield at the rave and they set him on fire and then Jason just goes ham on everybody. There are two endings. So one of the reasons the movie was really bad is it was done by the same guy that did Bride of Chucky, which is who I think ruined the series. And then it got worse from there. Until Cult and Curse came out, and then they ruined the series again.
Cult and Curse were really good. Okay, I really like Cult and Curse.
But,
I will fight you on that.
But Ronnie Yu, when he did Bride of Chucky, that was horrible. And Ronnie Yu, his whole treatment of Freddy vs. Jason was crap.
The remake of what one?
Oh, he's talking about the remake of Child's Play. That
yeah.
movie's BS, and I don't count it as part of the series.
I sing the song just to irritate him.
The Child's Play remake, it looks... So what it reminds me of is they took... there's a Treehouse of Horror episode with an evil Krusty doll where there's a switch on his back, evil and good. And it looks like they took that concept and tried to make...
They didn't understand the concept of Child's Play to make that remake. Whoever created it was not a love of Chucky and Child's Play, their original stuff. They took the idea of it and crapped on it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. I hated Andy. I hated Andy's mom.
And why do the people that pick on Andy in the beginning of the movie then help him at the end of the movie? Like, story-wise, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I did not like that movie. I did watch it. It should have been when Bluetooth goes wrong. Some shit like that.
It reminds me more of Megan than it does Child's Play.
It was all Bluetooth. Or even, like, it could have been...
He actually didn't take anybody out on his own. He used electronics to do everything.
That's what I'm saying.
But also, I think Child's Play was the best when it was 1 and 2 and a little bit of 3.
I like 3.
Because to me, 2 is like the
but
most...
But 3 has really bad lines in it that don't hold up today. That do not hold up today, and you makes you just like scratch your head like, what were they thinking? And I know exactly which one you're thinking.
No, I was gonna say, do you know what my favorite line in that movie is?
Huh?
It's the dumbest line in the entire movie.
Huh?
Because you remember how the barber always says, "Presto, you're bald."
Oh yeah, Presto.
Chucky kills him and says, "Presto, you're dead."
Yeah, but like, there's like, I have a date with a blah blah blah. I'm gonna be a bro or something like that. Like, it's just bad.
Toasty, I absolutely hate the show. I think the show was trash.
He watched a couple of the first episodes of season 1, and after that, he just didn't care.
I went back through and I watched season 1 and season 2, and they were absolutely trash. It is the worst thing they could ever do to Chucky, and then at the end of it, they turn him into like an old man of the series.
It wasn't as bad as Bride.
It's as bad as Seed. Seed is one of the worst things. Seed, I can't make it through. I've watched some bad horror movies, whether it be Zombievers
all the way through,
or whatever, but I can't make it through.
I've told you about it.
I watched Cinema Sins. That's how I know what happened, because I made it. That's the only way I can do it.
Yeah, Seed was really bad. I didn't like it. It was like Pinocchio versus transgendered doll. Yeah, it was weird.
But it will never get better than Child's Play 2.
That's your favorite.
Well, because Child's Play 2 is a perfect film. Like, there's nothing I would change about it. It's like the original Halloween. There is nothing in the original Halloween that you could change to make it better. It's perfect. It's a perfect film. There's a few horror films out there, like Psycho is a perfect film. There's nothing you could do to make it better.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what I would change, and I've seen Psycho tons of times.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie or that it needs to change. I just remember being let down watching it and thinking the movie ended when the lady died. I was like, this is the weirdest short film ever.
That happens to you a lot.
Yeah. Freaking It. I thought it ended when Stan died in the bathtub. Freaking... Because they cut it and they didn't play the next part.
Yeah, you have to flip over the disc.
I watched it on TV and they cut it. And they didn't play the second part.
See, I watched it when the miniseries was originally on.
So I'm just like, this is lame. Well, I guess the villain won. I don't know.
Part 2's not really that much better, though. If I'm being honest, like, it's better.
But same thing with Psycho.
No, there's like 40 more minutes in the movie.
I know.
That. Have you ever seen it all the way through?
No. I know that she steals money and she goes to the hotel, and then he drives, I think, her car somewhere.
He drives her car into the river.
That's it. I know.
And then Sam Loomis shows up, which is where Halloween got the name Dr. Loomis. is because Sam Loomis was a cop.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And there's a bunch of people that come, and then he falls down a flight of stairs. You get to see Norman's mom's corpse in the movie.
I've only seen like the end clip or whatever when he's in the institution or whatever from the movies that or the 100 scariest moments or 100 most quoted whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Scream. Crazy does not.
Scream is one of her top favorite series. I don't really like it because it's a basic murder mystery. Also, the first movie my sister watched like 100 times a year it came out.
Yeah,
And
I really like it. I have a lot of the Funko Pops. I even have, I think, the script.
I got you the script from the first film.
Yeah.
And it's signed by the cast of the original film.
Yeah. But I like it.
But
I haven't seen the new one, though.
But yeah, that's just like,
I don't think any of the other killers from the other movies stand up to Stu and Billy.
I also think the other movies are subpar. Like, they're not on the level of the first one.
Yeah.
Where there's some franchises you could tell they should have just stopped.
Like, the second one kind of makes sense, but then it doesn't all at the same time. I do see where they went with it. The third one was like a fucking stretch. The fourth one, I don't want to talk about. The fifth and sixth one
were bad.
I like parts of it, but yeah, I do like.
Yeah, I told her Stu was back. I gave her a synopsis of the end of the movie.
Yeah.
AI
and Stu is back.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I don't understand how that would work, but hey.
It's a horror movie. Sometimes you just gotta not put too much stock into it.
I'm like, hey. I mean, if he could live with a TV crushing him, and it's the old school TVs that weighed like 100 fucking pounds, he could pretty much become the new Jason. Maybe he's a Deadite. I don't know.
And that's what I said about Jason, is he's the original Deadite.
I don't know about that. I definitely think he's on the zombie spectrum somewhere.
But he doesn't become a zombie until, like, the fourth one. Because the fourth one is definitively where he gets utterly destroyed. Because they never really... He could have survived the drowning when he was a kid. The second one, he just looks like a humanoid. The third one, he still looks like a humanoid. The fourth one, he still does. But after that, he's just... When you literally have to bring the villain back by shoving metal rods into him, and he gets electrocuted like Frankenstein, and that's how he comes back.
Hey.
We're not really going to expatiate on how he comes back and Jason goes to hell. Because that's just fucking weird.
No. Well, that's just like Michael. He should have died 1,000,000 times.
See, Michael's the one...
He got rocket launched, okay?
But it missed him and he fell down a hole. They show it. Michael and Leatherface are the only villains that haven't really died over and over and over again. Leatherface just is there. Leatherface is cool, though. I like Leatherface.
I know you do. I never watched a lot of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff.
That's the series that there's more bad than good. If I'm being honest, the only real good ones are 1 and 2. Oh, and the remake. That is the greatest remake of all horror movies. There is nothing better than that one.
In his opinion.
Yeah. In my opinion, if you've seen a lot of the crappy Texas Chainsaws, I would say watch the remake and watch the beginning. Those two show
There
how
are a lot
brutal.
of Leatherface movies. The original one isn't horrible.
So,
I finally watched it, and then realizing all the stuff that the cast actually had to go through making that is redonkulous.
there's a 6-hour documentary about how much they had to go in, how much they had to deal with, and the fact that Toby Hooper had real rotting animals in the house in Texas heat.
Yeah, no AC, just cooking dead carcasses. Yeah, I'm good.
So Texas Chainsaw, what I would call the worst ones, is 3 is passable. 4 is really bad, The Next Generation. The one where Leatherface is a drag queen. And then there's just one called Texas Chainsaw, where Leatherface is like scared the whole movie, and he's like locked in a cellar. When he comes out, he's like a battered, wounded animal, and he never really does anything that's like
Right.
intense.
A lot of the franchises go like that, Toasty, where the 1 and 2 are really good, then 3 and 4 kind of dip off.
I feel like Hellraiser has more good than bad, though. Because Hellraiser 1,
I
2,
haven't watched a whole lot of
3,
Hellraiser.
and 4 are good. The newest one is
The
really
remake,
good.
yeah.
I liked Hellraiser Judgment.
Well, it's not a remake. It's like it's its own entity, right?
Yes.
It could be a sequel, depending on who the Hell Priestess is. Because they don't really explain it.
They say it takes place in the same universe.
Yeah.
It takes place because at any time there's more than one Hell Priest.
Yes.
And
Have you watched, Toasty, have you watched the new Hellraiser movie? It came out, it's not really new. It probably
it came out in 2022.
A few years ago. A couple of years ago. You definitely should. A lot of people talked crap about it before it launched because it was a female Hellraiser character, but she does phenomenal.
And
She does fantastic, and it's not really genderized. I wouldn't say it's very like feminine.
no.
It's like
But that one gives more into like what the Leviathan means.
yeah, and it's like almost to me she's darker than Doug Bradley's Pinhead. She is a darker character than Doug Bradley.
So,
because Doug Bradley kind of his Pinhead Hellraiser character kind of just standed back and let it play out the way that it was supposed to. She intervenes. She puts herself in the mix.
and in the original book, the Hell Priest was a female.
So
And that's
I mean,
why I
it
don't
was
know why
really
people got
good.
that. And we actually do not like Terrifier.
I watched. I don't think I watched the first one. I did watch the second one, and we did watch the Christmas edition.
I've seen all 3, and I've seen All Hallows Eve, where the character Art the Clown makes an appearance. I don't like any of them because all it is gore for the sake of gore. So if you take away the gore factor, the story is really bad.
If there even
There
is.
kind of is a story, but not really a story. It's just
I like the look of the clown.
like the look of Art the Clown is fine, but I am past the time in my life where I will watch over the top gore fest, and that's all I need, because now there has to be like a story, and he's just there. He just does random crap, and there's no reason for it.
The part that I did like about the second one is the clown song. The Clown Cafe.
yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. That's a catchy little jingle.
I just feel like it could have been better.
That's a catchy jingle.
There are movies that I've watched them once and I never need to watch them again.
Well, we could watch them again.
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could watch Terrifier again. It's just... And, like, not Toasty, but, like, the fan base of Terrifier, when you say anything negative about Terrifier, they get mad. Like I thought Jason fans were bad, or Halloween fans are bad. No, Terrifier fans are like super. Like, you can't say anything negative about Art the Clown. You can't say anything negative about the series. They do get mad. I know, because I've had debates with them in comment sections on Facebook and on X and on Blue Sky and on Instagram. All they say is somebody puts a post up about, what do you think about Terrifier? And I say my honest opinion. What do you mean? Me.
Wow. Just like that? Me.
They get really,
I know they get really upset.
Like, you have no idea how chaotic it can get. And, like, there was even, like, some podcasters that did a post, and they're like, yeah, the most overrated series is Terrifier, and they got blasted. I'm like, movies are the most subjective thing.
Everybody likes something different. Some people don't even like horror movies.
Like Z.
You know, there's some people that only like rom-coms. I think I could probably stab my pupils out if I had to be forced to watch a whole bunch of rom-com comedy.
They don't get upset, they get enraged, like, it's the only bad movie.
Yeah.
But
It's like you just kick their grandma.
But as you guys can also see, we do love horror movies, because we
Yeah.
put up a display, which will be for the podcast on every Sunday.
Well, this is normally how it kind of looks.
But
I moved stuff from one side to the other.
So we moved for the In Search of Darkness posters I have, because...
But we do have some Hellraiser boxes back here. If you want to grab the one back there. This is one. Here, you could... I guess I can't really show it. I could stand up. Let me know.
And these are some custom Hellraiser boxes that we have.
So there's that one. That one's just 3D printed, and then there's the actual...
Like, the one she's showing right now is a real one that was wood carved. It matches the tattoo on my arm. I have a Hellraiser box tattooed on my arm. Right in between the Michael Myers OG logo and the OG.
Oh, I didn't realize you were sitting next to me, or did you just hop up here?
He's been there the whole time. And I have Friday the 13th and Phantasm all tattooed on one arm. Because I like my horror movie tattoos.
The kitty cat. You guys want to see the kitty cat? Come here, buddy. Oh, why do you act like this?
He's like, I was sleeping.
But yes, we have animals.
But yeah, every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time will be a new episode. So we will be ending this, but tomorrow at 5 will be our Mount Rushmore of horror film icons, and then we're gonna pick 4 horror films that we think people should know about. Like, they don't have to be popular. They're just 4 horror movies that we like. That we
Underground.
like. Yeah, so they're not
gonna be mainstream. Okay.
Yeah, so just 4. But we will each be discussing our Mount Rushmore of horror movie icons.
And now I've asked Crazy, because I asked him, like, what does he mean by that? Because for me, Mount Rushmore is like characters that paved way for their genre. But it's not that, it's just what we find is the top 4 horror icons.
Yeah.
Not something that paved the way for something.
And I will allow you to make 1 honorable mention. So you can do 4 and then 1 honorable mention.
Okay.
So that's somebody that almost made the list, but they didn't cut the mustard. So
Okay.
they're just over here.
Because that's what I was asking you. Because then I would have done my Mount Rushmore differently than what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because you said it's just things that we like, the top 4 that we like, that we can't live without.
Yes, they are what we consider the best series.
Best icons. Now, Siri, stop messing with me.
Best icons.
I will punch you. I will punch you so hard that we'll have to wait another week. But yeah, so we definitely wanted to come on here and chat with you guys, tell you what we're all about, what this channel is going to be about. The one that's on TikTok, it is Crazy Hero House of Horror.
Yes.
So definitely check out that channel. Once we hit 50 followers on there, we will start streaming on there and not streaming on this Crazy Hero Rise, I think it is. Crazy Hero something. I don't know. What channel are we on? Crazy Hero Rise?
Yes.
So we'll be on Crazy Hero House of Horror instead of here. But until then, we're still going to stream on this platform for the other channel. But definitely go drop a follow on Crazy Hero Rise and Crazy Hero House of Horror.
And in a little bit, we will be live for D2.
Yes. But we definitely wanted to... It's not just going to be about horror movies. We do attend a lot of horror conventions, so maybe we'll take you guys along, show you guys what the horror conventions are about, anything like that. Maybe doing watch-alongs. What else?
Mini reviews
of upcoming horror movies. I know that we want to go and watch the new Evil Dead movie that's coming out, so maybe we'll do a review, maybe not that day, or maybe we'll do one without spoilers that day to promote it for you guys to watch if we give it a stamp of approval.
We can also, if we can go live, we could record like out of theater reaction.
Yeah. So definitely stay tuned. Definitely follow the other channel. And yeah, we love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us today. And we'll be back.
Alright, you guys have a great time.